Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me once again. Saj Sadek here for PakPassion.net, bringing you another exclusive interview. My guest today is a hard man to track. He's very busy. He's a famous face when it comes to the PSL. He's the chief operating officer and team director of the Lahore Qalandars franchise. You could say he's the brains behind the Lahore Qalandars franchise also. He's been there from the start along with the rest of his family. And as I say, he's a familiar face on our television screens, particularly during the Pakistan Super League. He's done some fantastic work at Lahore Qalandars in developing the young players who are coming through for the Qalandars and also helping some of the established players as well. The one and only Sameen Rana. Sameen Bhai, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Saj bhai. Thank you very much for inviting me.
So, maybe let's start with the squad that you've assembled for PSL 10. Looks pretty strong on paper. How happy are you with it?
I'm very happy with that. I think the main part, as I said before a couple of times, that the most difficult part in the draft is the retention. So once you cross that hurdle and you pretty much have a clear idea about what are the gaps and what you're gonna look for, and in that context, I think we were able to pick up almost all the picks which we were targeting. We have obviously choice one and choice two, and sometimes choice three. But luckily, draft went very well as per our, as per our plan, and we were able to pick up 95% of the targeted players.
Any of the targeted players that you missed out on that you're a little bit disappointed about missing out on?
To be honest, it wasn't missing out. We were hoping that one of the emerging guy might be available to us between Hassan Nawaz and Maas Sadakat and Saad Masood. So these were the three top performers in the domestic competition. So we were hoping, since we had a like fourth or fifth turn, so we were hoping, but we were also ready with the backup plan. If we would have got any one of them, it would have been ideal. But if not, then we had a plan and we had the bases covered.
Few people were surprised that you didn't go for David Warner as your first pick. Instead, you went for Daryl Mitchell. I think there were a lot of rumours that Warner was a nailed-on signing for yourselves.
Obviously, Warner is such a big name and such a wonderful player. I think anybody would love to have him in their roster. But from a Kalandar's point of view, as I said, the retention played a big part in our development of the squad. So once we have the retained player, Fakhar Zaman and Abdullah Shafiq, then obviously we were looking for, a middle order to strengthen. And, in middle order, in any team, in any draft or in any option, there's very, very limited options available because it's a very, hard job to bat in the middle order. And somebody like Daryl Mitchell, who is been a proven match winner for New Zealand, and he has performed phenomenally well in Pakistan, and that too playing in the middle order. It was a choice that we went with, considering the team combination. And I wish that we can get both. But draft is such that you have to pick one because we knew that if we miss him out in the first pick, then there is definitely no chance for us to get him again. So that's why we went for that.
A few of the English players have made some comments about the ECB not allowing them to play in the PSL, Sameen Bhai, and yet they're allowed to play in the IPL. Must be a little bit frustrating as a franchise owner for yourself and probably the other owners not to see any English players being allowed to play in the PSL.
Oh, definitely. I think English players are one of the main component of PSL over the years, and I think they have provided a lot of value to the tournament. And they are such a good quality players in the county that they always been welcome in PSL, and they themselves who came really enjoyed the atmosphere. So I think it's a bit unfortunate that the PSL has moved from the original window to April, February, April, May because of the Champions Trophy. And so English Cricket Board also decided in the same year that they're not going to allow their red ball players to play any other league other than IPL. So it's a bit frustrating, but again, I think it's a board decision, and we all need to respect it. And I feel that English players would have added a lot more value to the PSL if they've been allowed to play.
You talk about the scheduling, I mean, and as you said there, it's later in the year this time around, and it's also up against the IPL. That's quite a bold and interesting move, isn't it?
It is indeed. I think if you look into the last 5, 10 years of cricket happening in around the world, I think uh, there is a challenge, but at the same time there is an opportunity because when the IPL is happening, no cricket is happening across the world. So we struggled in February, March window. Lots of bilateral series. Everybody is playing against everybody, and you won't get the top quality players in terms of the national team because almost all the countries, the test playing or the otherwise nations are playing with each other. So there is always a constraint on getting the top quality players. And also sometime when you get it, they have the series. So somebody come for a couple of games and then they go away. So you always struggle. So there is a positive in that with this window, no cricket is happening. So at least the players we have available is available for the full season, hopefully. And on the other hand, I think with this experiment, and if it is successful, there are a lot of other boards who are going to be closely watching PSL and how it's performed because that will open up another opportunity for all the other leagues, BPL, Big Bash, 100 balls, or 100 is in a different window, but most of these league, ILT, SA20, BBL, and BPL, they all are approximately one after another or sometimes clashing with each other. So there might be more leagues coming into this window. So I think in that regard, Pakistan Cricket Board has taken a very bold step.
You mentioned a few names regarding the emerging talent, and Qalandars are famous for giving opportunities to young players and developing them. And, some go on to play for Pakistan, which we've seen over the years. So, credit where it's due to you guys. And this time you've opted for Momin Qamar and Mohammad Azab. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, Momin and Mohammad Azib, they are both very exciting. So Momin is somebody who got spotted a couple of years ago when Darren Gough came to Lahore for the trials of Qalandars. Actually, those trial was arranged because Darren was coming, and he saw with his own eyes that thousands and thousands of people came, and one of them was Momin Kamar, and Momin was, I think, at that time was 17-year-old kid, and he's a left arm wrist spinner and very, very exciting talent, exceptionally brilliant fielder, very young. And after that, he played for the PGL, which is the junior league, and he also had a couple of sessions with the Pakistan under 19 team. And he has grown last couple of years, and we are expecting him to have a very, very good season because he's somebody who can fill up the gap for left arm wrist spinner role. The other guy, Muhammad Azib, is somebody we are very excited about, and he came again on our trials, which we recently conducted in our new high performance center, which was in collaboration with University of Lahore. Again, thousands of people came, and this time around we had Haris Rauf, Shaheen Afridi, and Fakhar Zaman taking the trial along with the coaches. And Asif, when he came, he bowled, I think, one or two balls, and Haris gave him a direct band. We have a band system where you have to cross the multiple stages and then finally reach to a selection band. But after seeing the two balls, Haris give him a selection band, which was quite amazing. And once he selected him, we were going to Guyana, and Haris was always pushing me to get him into that team. But I told him that it's going to be too big of an exposure because the guy just got selected in trial and with no practice. It will be unfair for him to get exposure to such a big stage. So in the meantime, we got him into our high performance center. There are a couple of sessions we had with the coaches. So, but Haris was persistent. That's, I mean, by when you go to Pakistan, you should have arrange some practice games, and you yourself should watch him and see how good of a talent he is. So I did that. I arranged some matches and I went to Pakistan, and Harris was spot on. So when I saw him along with the other coaches, it took us no time to finalize his name. And luckily, the guy is exceptionally performing well. I think in last three domestic game, he got 24 or something wicket with 2 5 fours. So I'm not trying to put pressure on him. I'm not trying to build a huge expectation from an emerging player, but I think he's somebody who can be, a next star from Qalandars.
Sounds fantastic, both of them, Sameen. You mentioned Darren Gough. I mean, obviously, we all know what Akib Javed has achieved with the Lahore Qalandars over the years, and it's a tough act to follow, big shoes to fill. Why have you settled on Darren Gough as his replacement?
Yeah, to be honest, it wasn't really tough for me knowing Darren from before. He's such a guy, he's such a wonderful character, he's such a wonderful person that we were actually looking for bringing him in from last couple of seasons. And somehow, one way or another, we could not have that, done. So this was the right opportunity. The moment Akib Bhai went to Pakistan team, we knew who we gonna go for, and luckily Darren was also available, and thankfully he accepted our offer. And so first assignment was with in Guyana with Global Super League, where I think when we worked together, we understood each other more. And I can say with a lot of confidence that Darren is somebody who's not going to carry the momentum, but he's going to add definitely a lot of value to the calendar environment.
Let's talk about Shaheen Afridi. Obviously, he's going to be your captain this time around once again, Sameen Bhai. What did you make of his treatment by the Pakistan Cricket Board when they made him T20 captain and then they removed him very quickly as T20 captain? And that will be a spur for him. It'll be a motivation for him, I think, an extra motivation to prove the doubters wrong in PSL 10 as skipper, I'm guessing.
I think Shaheen has already proved his worth. So, with two back-to-back title and the only team who has won the title, defended their title, it says a lot about the captain and his personality. Because I don't think really he has to prove anything to anybody, but I think he is somebody who's a born leader. He's a natural leader, and Qalandars are blessed to have him as a leader. And he will continue for Lahore Qalandar. And obviously, in the national setup, there are a lot of other things which need to be considered. And obviously, league is a different thing, and the national team is a different thing. But anybody who gets opportunity, I believe that should get it for a longer term. 5 matches are not a good timeline for to assess anybody's skill. But knowing Shaheen, I think he's a fighter and he will continue to fight. And I think he will actually, he always try to give his best. And I think he's going to be the same this season as well.
It's the 10th year of PSL, Sameen Bhai, which is a fantastic achievement because there were many doubters when the PSL started. Looking back over the 10 years, what do you feel are the encouraging, the plus points, and what are the areas that the PSL needs to work on?
I think the biggest encouraging is the raw talent which through PSL went and showcased to the world. You have countless examples, right from Asghar to Shadab to even Rizwan to even Shaheen Afridi, Aris Rao, and then the list goes on and on and on. So I think the biggest contribution from PSL is that this platform managed to provide Pakistan and international cricket some very exciting talent, and also it created it filled up the vacuum created by not allowing Pakistani players to participate in IPL. So there was definitely a deprivation, and I think with this, our own league, Pakistani players got their due respect, and they managed to showcase to the world that why they are the best. And looking for the challenges, I think there are a lot of things which we can always improve. In any project, you will always have a room for improvement. I think home and away games are something which we should in next 10 years of tenure, we should focus on adding two new teams is a plan. I think there are a couple of contractual uh, clauses which probably can be looked at again, knowing now that what are the historical data and the numbers. So there is a lot of room for improvement, but most importantly, in my mind, having a permanent establishment for a PSL, a secretariat or a legal entity would definitely help. And I think existing management of Pakistan Cricket Board has already working on this direction, and the appointment of Salman Nasir as the PSL head is probably the right step in right direction.
So, I mean, by the work that Lahore Qalandars have done in developing raw talent is unquestionable. You know, it's almost unique in Pakistan cricket what you guys do and what you achieve. Um, what are the areas that you are working on in terms of Lahore Qalandars in enhancing your player development program, and what sort of projects are you working on?
Yeah, no, I think, to my knowledge, this is probably not only unique to Pakistan, but for this magnitude of a player development, I haven't heard in any other cricketing nation as well. So, and there's a lot of recognition and support for this program. Thanks to you for always supporting our player development program. So, I think. There, we have the High Performance Center, which is along with the University of Lahore, which we are going to open up in next 1 or 2 months. I think that's a very exciting project because along with it, we are also giving university scholarships. So we always talk about, the cricketers with the grooming and all that kind of stuff. I think this is where the opportunity is that we will get the educated youngster kids. By the way, Mohammad Azib is also a university student. He's in Punjab University. So we are planning to bring, the youth of Pakistan, the educated also to sports because there is a lot of value in that. Along with that, we've been to Guyana. Couple of weeks back, and we had a very fruitful discussions with them. They wanted to leverage our experience. Plus, we are also working on some university leagues concept where we wanted the universities to collaborate with Qalandars and have a national-wide league. There are a lot of projects in the pipeline. There's always a T10 happening one way or another, and there is always an attraction for getting a new teams over there. But for the immediate future, the University of Lahore collaboration and the High Performance Center is the top priority.
And finally, Sameen, by Lahore Qalandars fans are unique. They've stuck with the team through the good times, the bad times. You know, it's almost like they have the blood, the sweat, and the tears with the team. So you know their commitment to the team cannot be doubted over the years. What would you say to them for PSL 10? You know, what can their expectations be?
Yeah, no, definitely you pointed it rightly. I think we are lucky to have such a fan base, and I think they are unique in the sense that they supported this team when everybody wrote us off. The first sixth season, it's quite remarkable because I remember the first time when Rashid Khan came to play for Qalandars. He asked me this question. He said, Samin bhai, I've never seen such a team who are losing and their fans are increasing. So I think we have only appreciation, and we are really humbled by their support. And I think and when we plan things, we always look for our fans, expectation from us, and that's why it becomes really difficult at times to, to make a very rational decision because fans always want certain things, but at the end we try to do whatever is best for the team. And I think for our fans in PSL 10, all we can say is that we haven't forget the last season. We haven't forget the mistakes we have done in the last season, and we are definitely ready to address those. And you're gonna see Qalandars trying to make amends in the last season and going back to the winning ways.
So, I mean, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. I know PSL 10 is a few months away, but the excitement is already building. And as I say, keep up the great work that you're doing with the Qalandars and all the talent that you are developing.
Thank you, Salve. Thank you so much.